Yes, and as I was stating, I'm tribal member, part of the Cashbox Trust Tribe. Well, again, American tribal landowner, so
Okay.
those laws
No,
that you
ma'am.
may speak of don't
No.
apply to me.
All right, everyone, buckle up for this one because it's a trip. So picture this. A woman walks into court, proudly claiming she's a tribal member of the Cashbox Trust Tribe. Sounds official, right?
All right. So, Miss Ebony Milner is present. Also, the Mr. Brown, who's on here on behalf of Federal National Mortgage Association. Mr. Brown, Miss Milner, is my understanding that this was heard in magistrate court, and this is a request for appeal. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
This is a petition for review from a dispossessory judgment. She was a tenant at sufferance post foreclosure.
All right. So, Miss Milner, tell me what's going on.
Judge, well, this is a case of land rights, tribal law, and treaties.
No, ma'am. Mm-mm,
And
no.
I would just like to
I
say
have
that
no.
I'm a tribal
No,
member,
ma'am.
part of the Cashbox Trust
No,
Tribe,
no, ma'am.
government,
No, ma'am. We're not doing that.
and American
Um,
Indian landowner.
no, ma'am. So we're not doing all that. So this is a simple eviction. So you can tell me how much was owed, how much you paid, whether there's anything to that allowed you to stay in the property, or whether there's money owed to you. I don't do the whole trust, tribe, all of that, because that's not what we
Well,
deal with
that's
here.
what is in regards to.
Well, then, ma'am, that's not what we're doing here. I would either have to transfer you to a tribal court, which I don't know of one exists for you, or for superior court, because this involves a foreclosure. Essentially, he bought the house through a foreclosure. You were a tenant in the house at the time, or you owned the house and he bought it under the foreclosure. And then it was whether you get to stay in the house and pay rent, or whether you're going to be evicted. Am I clear, Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor. And
Right. Because I don't deal with all, I went to law school for 3 years, have practiced law for over 30 years, have been a judge for over 12 years. I don't do the trust stuff because that's some arcane, esoteric stuff that you all believe that we don't follow here in the judicial system.
I understand. Well, I would also like to say that I'm not here to handle any of my private affairs in the public.
Okay, so I'm not sure what that means. You asked for the appeal.
Yes, and as I was stating, I'm tribal member, part of the Cashbox Trust Tribe, and also an Indian American landowner. So this case is in regards to trust and tribal land.
So the property, the foreclosure is on a house on tribal land.
Correct.
Which tribe?
I'm sorry?
Which tribe?
This the Ebony
They
Milner
kicked me
tribe.
out.
No, sir. I don't know of that tribe, ma'am. So we either do
Yes,
this.
and all the documentation had been put on file as well.
Well, not really. Apparently, this woman got foreclosed on, refused to move out, and decided her best legal defense was, wait for it, that she owns American tribal land. Yeah. Now, Judge Hayward tries to keep it calm at first. He explains, in plain English, that this is just a simple eviction. She didn't pay, the property got foreclosed, someone else bought it, and now she needs to leave. But she's having none of that. She's talking.
Okay.
Post foreclosure.
So here's the thing. Like I said, I've explained to you that if somebody purchases a home through foreclosure, then the people who were owners of the home or buying the home have two options. They can leave, or they can be treated as tenants in the home. And in this case, it appears that Mr. Brown's client sought to evict you, and now you are asking for a review of that. So in my role in this court, I can go through the case as if it was never heard in magistrate court. But what I will tell you is I'm going to ask very specific questions. I'm going to follow the law under the state of Georgia with respect to landlord tenant. And if you're not able to provide me that information, then I'm going to determine that you're not able to prosecute the case in the way that it needs to be, and I'll dismiss it for want of prosecution.
Well, again, American tribal landowner, so
Okay.
those laws
No,
that you
ma'am.
may speak of don't
No,
apply to me.
no. Well, then, okay, I'm going to dismiss your appeal for want of prosecution. The court does not have jurisdiction over American tribal land, nor is there a designation of this property being a tribal land. So at this point, the court is going to dismiss this for want of prosecution. Thank you. All right, next.
About treaties, land rights, tribal law, and a trust tribe that, spoiler alert, doesn't exist. And you can just feel the judge's patience draining second by second. He's trying to be polite, saying things like, "Ma'am, I don't deal with that trust stuff. That's not how this court works." But she keeps going, like she's testifying at a spiritual council instead of a Georgia courtroom. And get this, she claims to be from the Ebony Tribe and Cashbox Trust Tribe. The judge even asks her, "Which tribe, ma'am?" And she just answers, "The Ebony Tribe."
All right. So what did you test positive for? And you want to go back to I only use marijuana with me?
No. I can order for marijuana and
I'm sorry. Can you speak up and could you uncross your arms? You're not a little girl. We're not in a classroom. You are in a felony court
Yes, ma'am.
where you could potentially go to prison. So what are you been using?
meth and marijuana.
When's the last time you used meth?
Like 2 days ago.
No, it's more than 2 days ago. How often are you using?
I just got out of jail, so I haven't been using that often.
Well, I mean, you went straight from jail to use meth. Don't give me attitude.
I'm not.
You've been dishonest with the court. You made them waste of, you think UAs just are free? You made them waste a UA telling me that you're going to be positive for marijuana only when I knew it was not going to be the case. And now you're positive for meth, amphetamines, and marijuana. So who are you using with? Are you using by yourself in a dark room? Or are you using with some boyfriend? Who are you using with?
No, actually, where I'm staying at.
And where is that?
With a friend.
Who is this friend?
Her name is Natasha.
All right. I like the way you make up names. I can't believe anything you're telling me now because you were dishonest about the drug use.
It's the only place I have to stay at right now. So I mean, they use, and it was tempting.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to want a TAP evaluation ASAP, please. Are you employed?
No,
So how are you supporting yourself?
I'm not.
So who's supporting you?
Nobody.
Well, what are you eating other than drugs?
I have food stamps.
I'm sorry, what?
I have food stamps.
Who's giving you food stamps? You don't have your child with you. Those food stamps are for your child.
Yes, ma'am. I just recently applied and I got approved for emergency food stamps.
I cannot understand a word
I
you're saying.
just applied and I got approved for emergency food stamps.
I know people who really should have food stamps that don't get approved. So you don't have your child with you. You're using meth. You're probably selling your food stamps for meth. And this is a tampering with a government record. So I don't even know if you obtain your food stamps legitimately. So what did you tell them in order to get food stamps? Because you don't qualify.
Okay.
I think she's probably going to end up with another criminal case.
Yes,
Because I don't know a government giving out food stamps to people who won't work. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have your child with you. Somebody else is taking care of your child. Oh, no, not for me. Thank you.
I have to look for work. It's like one of the conditions that they gave me in order to get food stamps. So I'm supposed to be going to the workforce.
Well, you're obviously doing a poor job of it, but I tell you what, you're in this court, you're going to have employment. I'm not going to, the length of probation is outside the agreement. So it's going to be more than 4 years in this court because she has a lot of work that needs to be done to, I don't know why you're giving me the attitude.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm sorry.
Yes, you are. Either that or it's because you're high. I don't know which one it is, but you're giving me attitude, and that attitude will most likely be readjusted by me at the Bexar County Jail. So I don't know if your attorney told you this, but I can send you to the Bexar County Jail as a condition of this probation, and I can also send you to the state jail facility as a condition of this probation for attitude readjustment. Do you want that?
No.
I swear the courtroom went silent. You could hear the disbelief in the air. I looked this up later, and there's literally no record of any such tribe anywhere. It sounds like a name she came up with while filling out a bingo card, but she's serious. Dead serious. She's saying state laws don't apply to her because she's a tribal landowner. And you can almost hear the judge sigh internally as he says, "No, ma'am, those laws do apply to you." Then comes the breaking point. The judge finally says he's dismissing her appeal for want of prosecution. Basically, that's the legal way of saying, "We're done here." He flat out tells
All right, so I'm going to sentence her to 6 years deferred adjudication. You're getting a job, and there are plenty of jobs that are available. You're going to knock your pride aside, and if you're going to be flipping burgers at McDonald's or working on fries, you're going to be the best fry person you can be until you move up. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
Ninth grade.
Ninth grade. Why did you drop out?
I had a problem at home.
What were these problems? You using drugs?
No, not necessarily, just like things that were going on with my mom's marriage and everything else.
And what's that tattoo on your neck?
It says only the strong survive.
All right. People love to put down sands on their bodies because they can't remember them. All right, it's going to be a $1,500 fine, probated. Proof of employment. And it's going to be proof of full-time employment within 15 days. If you have to get 2 part-time jobs, you will get 2 part-time jobs for the court. Full-time employment is at least 40 hours a week. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Has Child Protective Services been in your life?
Yes.
And so were your rights terminated?
No,
What happened to your parental rights?
I still have my rights, but I just don't have my daughter. My family just agreed to take care of me until I get, take care of my daughter until I get back on my feet.
Parenting classes, and I want intensive parenting classes. There's to be 150 hours of community service restitution that will not be waived. She has to do those. You're either going to get your GED or either you're going to get some sort of trade certificate. Take in consideration 2023 CR 2907, County Court Cause number 667-964, 685-144, 70047. I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court, TAP evaluation. If she's not accepted in felony drug court, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment with probation. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. The UA hotline, and she's to be tested once a week. Make sure the levels are going down. If the levels start going up, issue a motion to revoke. And I'm going to want field visits 1 time per week until further notice. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Oh, I'm sorry, 1 time per month. Probation would have got a shock. Anything else you need from the court to be successful? Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We can go off the record. So that tattoo you have about only the strong will survive, that's the mode that your child is being in. And your child should not be in that. Her parents should not be using drugs. Her parents should get her life together, and somebody else should not be raising your child. And you just 100% living off the government, that's not going to happen in this court. You get another job. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you got those food stamps illegally, you better turn them in, because your counsel can tell you what the government does. They wait till your food stamps, when you take those monies from the government and you shouldn't have it, they wait till it becomes a felony. Then they turn it in. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
the court doesn't recognize her tribal land claim and that this property isn't designated as tribal land. Boom. Case dismissed, and just like that, her little fantasy of being the ruler of ancient American soil evaporates. Because at the end of the day, no amount of tribal self-titles will change the fact that you lost your home in foreclosure. What gets me, though, is the confidence, the absolute certainty that this kind of stuff will somehow hold up in court. It's like arguing with gravity and thinking you might win, but hang tight because things are about to get even crazier. The next case features Judge Boyd, who's not just dealing with a sovereign citizen. Oh no. This time she's got a meth-using, attitude-heavy probationer in her courtroom. And Judge Boyd, she does not play around. Oh boy, this next hearing takes things from bizarre to nuclear. We're now in front of Judge Boyd, a woman who does not have time for games. And across from her, a defendant who's already on probation, but just tested positive for meth and marijuana. The moment this woman walks up, you can feel Judge Boyd's tone shift. She asks, "What did you test positive for?" And the defendant mumbles, "Just marijuana." The judge looks right through her and says, "No, it's more than that." Then it all comes out: meth, marijuana, and a mountain of attitude. The judge tells her, "You're not a little girl. You're in a felony court where you could go to prison." But this woman's standing there, arms crossed, acting like she's in line at the DMV. You can practically feel the tension crackling through the air. Judge Boyd calls her out for lying, saying she wasted the court's time and taxpayer money on a drug test she already knew she'd fail. And then comes the hammer. "You think UAs are free?" She's furious, and rightfully so. Then the judge starts pressing, "Who are you using with?" The woman says, "A friend named Natasha." Judge Boyd immediately fires back, "I like how you make up names." You can hear the courtroom collectively hold its breath. It's that "oh, she's done" moment. And when the woman says she's unemployed, Judge Boyd asks how she's surviving. The answer? Food stamps. Now, if you've seen Judge Boyd before, you know this is not something you want to tell her after admitting to drug use. She absolutely erupts. She points out that the woman doesn't even have custody of her kid, meaning those food stamps weren't meant for her in the first place. Judge Boyd says, "So you're probably selling them for meth." At that point, the whole room goes quiet. You can feel the weight of those words. She even warns the woman that what she's doing is tampering with a government record, actual criminal fraud, and that she might end up with a whole new case on top of the one she already has. And what does the defendant do? She gives attitude, again. Judge Boyd's face says it all. She's seconds away from sending her to jail right there on the spot. She even tells her, "I can send you to the Bexar County Jail for an attitude readjustment." You could practically hear the audience gasp. Eventually, the judge hands down a 6-year deferred sentence. But she doesn't stop there. She orders her to get a job, any job. "If you're flipping burgers, you better be the best fry person in that kitchen," she says. That's classic Judge Boyd. Tough love, no sugarcoating. She hits her with probation conditions, community service, mandatory drug treatment, parenting classes, and random testing. And she finishes with a gut punch. Your child shouldn't have to live in survival mode because her parents are using drugs. That line, that's real. You could see the defendant's confidence melt away right then, because for the first time, it hit her. The judge isn't just angry, she's trying to save her life. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think Judge Boyd was too harsh at all. She gave this woman a real shot at turning her life around before it's too late. But whether she actually does it, that's another story. So what do you guys think? Was Judge Boyd fair, or did she go too easy on her?